everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss about MLOps, LLMOps and GenAIOps. All of these are part of a DevOps. So now let's first look into the MLOps. MLOps, it's all about managing the lifecycle of a traditional machine learning model. Netflix uses the MLOps for its recommendation engine. So they continuously train and deploy the model so that it can use to suggest the movies and TV shows to the user. So the overall workflow looks like this. First, you will have a data engineering where you will be collecting, cleaning, and transforming the data. Then you will build your model. Then you will train your model with a huge amount of data and validate. Then you deploy your model and consume the model and continuously monitor and retrain the model. And then we will have data engineer, data scientist, ML engineer, DevOps engineer, MLOps engineer from the technical side. Now let's look into the sample MLOps pipeline here. So if you see here, this pipeline focuses more on data engineering and model building, right? Now let's move forward and discuss about LLM apps. So LLM apps, it's where things get more interesting, right? So we will be using the large language models. Unlike the ML apps, wherein you will be dealing with the traditional machine learning models, here it's all about large language models, right? Uh, for instance, let's assume that you are a law firm and you wanted to automate your legal document analysis, right? So the way you do, you take your foundation LLM and train that LLM with your legal corpus so that it will get to know about your domain, and going forward it can properly summarize the data. In between you will be implementing all your guardrails, right, to prevent any any inaccuracies, right? So the overall flow goes like this. First you will have your model and the data sourcing. Again, as said, instead of training everything from the scratch, you will take LLM and train it, right? Then you will be focusing more on the prompt engineering. LLM, it's all about prompt engineering, right? So you will be focusing more on your prompt engineering. Then fine tune your base model, as well as you will also fine tune your prompt. Then you will do your evaluation, and as well as you will implement the call rails. Then you can deploy and start using it, right? And in terms of people, you will have a prompt engineers, LLM engineer, data scientist, AI, it, and MLOps engineer. So now let's look into the LLM apps pipeline here. So if you see here, we will start with the foundation model, and we will be building the prompts using this prompt engineering, and evaluate, room for improvement. We will as a result of this evaluate, if there is a room for improvement, then we will do the fine tuning again. Then we will again evaluate, and then finally we will deploy it, right? So that's how the overall LLM flow will look like. Now let's move forward. Now let's discuss about GenAI apps. GenAI apps, it's where we will be using multiple LLMs, right? It's just not a text, rather it will be text, image, audio, video, code. It's the combination of multiple agents working together. So in our previous video, we discussed about a couple of cases. First, we had this model. So basically, there is going to be orchestrator, and the orchestrator, it's nothing but a team leader who will ask the coder to write a code, and he will pass that information to the reviewer and a tester. All those people will work together to generate your code, right? That is the sample of a GenAI app. More sample, let's assume that you are building a travel agent, right? So in this case, there is going to be a travel main agent who will work with a multiple sub agent. So one agent knows about a flight, the other agent handles the hotel, the other agent handles the other reservations, all those things, right? So in this case, we'll be using multiple agents right? So that's what you will deal with the application. Talk about Gen AI apps. So basically, like this is going to be the flow, right? So first you will have application design and training. So first you will decide the overall generative application, right? So in this case, like you will know how many models you are going to use it, whether it is going to be orchestration model or a different kind of a pattern that you are going to use. It's all you will design here, right? Then you will have a multi-data management. So basically, again, I said this time around, you cannot expect only the text content, right, as an input. Rather, like it can be image, audio, or video. Let's assume that you are building a agent for a insurance company, right? So in this case, it's just not a text. Rather, like it is going to be a text, audio, image, and all those things for a claim request, right? So where like you have to decide how are you going to manage this data, right? And then like you will have a component development. So again, like it's just not about a single component, it's all about multiple component working together. So you will build all your individual components so that it will work together, right? Then finally we'll deploy this, and then like get human feedback and content safety, right? That is crucial for Gen AI applications. So now in terms of people, you will have a AI solution architect and like a generative AI engineer, a agent developer, content moderator, and Gen AI apps engineer. Let's look into the sample pipeline here. So as you see here, we will have a unit test, code review, uh, evaluation. Finally, we will build image, push the image. Then in the QA, like we will be doing the evaluation. This shows the overall pipeline execution here, right? So that's what we do with Gen AI apps. Now let's go back and compare all of these. So as you see here, MLOps, it's all about predictive analysis, right? So classification, regression, recommendation model, and all those things. uh, LLM apps, it's all about using the LLM to generate content, right? And the like generative AI apps, it's again a generative, but then like it's a multi-model, right? So basically, like here the core task, it's all about training the model from the scratch, but here it's all about using the foundation model, fine-tuning, prompt engineering. Here, like Gen AI apps, it's all about orchestration, chaining the models, right? See that where you fit in, and if at all you wanted to move forward, what exactly you need to do, right? So that's all I have for this video. Thank you for watching.